All right, everyone. How's everybody doing? What is today? It's time for Better Podcast with yours truly, DMP Speaks. I'm so glad that you're spending time with me on tonight. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your day was amazing. Hope it was amazing. I feel great. I hope you feel great. I especially hope that your family is feeling great. So again, welcome to Better Podcast with yours truly, DMP Speaks. Now, if you don't know who I am, let me reintroduce myself or introduce myself to people that don't know me. So my name is David M. Pinkston. I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a family restoration specialist, which means I come to restore, to build or rebuild your family dynamic. And I come on here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about different variations, different topics when it concerns your family. I need you guys. This happens all the time. Every time that I start speaking, like all day, something happens with my voice. Excuse me. Got a little water here. But before we get started, talk to me. Let me know how you're doing. Put it in the comments. And I hope that you guys are feeling well. So tonight we're going to talk about generational blessings. Let me repeat. We're going to talk about generational blessings. See, we've talked a lot, and it's a good topic. It's a hefty, meaty topic of generational curses, right? We talked about that. I feel like we have exhausted that. And there's some other areas of generational curses that I will get in and have guests on and everything. They're coming. But what I want to hone in on, I want to pay attention to today is generational blessings. Let me say that again. Generational blessings. We don't talk about them enough, but they're there and they're in our families too. I'll repeat that. We talked about generational curses, but I don't really see a lot of people talking about generational blessings in our family. And maybe you don't recognize or you believe that you have them in your family, and that's why we're going to kind of dig a little bit into generational blessings. This might be the only part, but this might be another part too, and I might do down the line. But I want to talk about that. So if you're excited to hear about this and you feel intrigued to hear about this, I want you to share this with someone, because it's going to be inspirational, motivational, all that good stuff. But I really want you to look at your own life, and I want you to look at your own family and recognize that you have generational blessings. I need you to share this with someone, share it with a family. And in this session tonight, in this podcast, I want you to take this information and I want you to encourage another family member or another family that you know to help them realize and believe that they have generational blessings. So I don't want to belabor the time. Let's jump into this and share this with someone. Again, we talked about generational curses for the last few weeks in different variations, but I felt like it was befitting to talk about generational blessings. We have a lot of generational blessings that we just don't really talk about. And again, every family is not cursed. Let me repeat, if you don't know, every family is not cursed. And I'm not trying to be all religious, but I am who I am. Every family is not cursed, but we deal with things that try to bring curses upon our families. Now, there are families that are just cursed. The generation is just cursed, and that curse we broke. But if you really look at your life, if you look at your upbringing, if you look at your parents, if you look at your cousins, your aunts, uncles, your grandparents, your great-grands, if they're still alive, if you have that opportunity to know them, that is a tremendous blessing, right? And grace over your family. It's a tremendous blessing and it's a grace that has been applied to your family. I do believe that in this blessing of your generation is a light. There is a light, and I remember the song, that a light that shines. There is a light in your family. Maybe it's you and your brother and sister. Maybe it's shining through your cousins and your aunts and uncles and your grandparents. There is a light that is in your family. And if you did not know, if you did not recognize that, there is a blessing and there is some shining moments in your family line, in your bloodline, that you might have overlooked. And it's easy to overlook it because sometimes we always kind of just focus on our curses. We always focus on the bad things. But we got to take time to really look at the things that are going well in our lives. A lot of families, you have wonderful family members, wonderful, powerful families that really care about one another, right? That want to see each other do well, right? You got parents, mother and father, that are in the home, that are concerned about their children. They're concerned about their grandchildren. They have healthy relationships with one another. And that doesn't mean that you can't have a confrontation, but you can have healthy confrontation. You can have healthy conversation. And our families, sometimes we overlook those things. There's nothing wrong with believing in what you believe in, right? There's nothing wrong with expounding on that and explaining that. But at the end of the day, even if that person, even if your sister or brother, your grandmother, your parent might not agree, there's a level of love, there's a level of respect that is there. And a lot of your families, you guys have that. And I'm telling you here from my heart, these are not even in my notes or me writing it down. A lot of families don't have what you have. I told you my podcast is a little different. A lot of families don't have these healthy relationships with one another. And it's sad. It's sad that we don't see this a lot, right? You have a lot of family members that are not selfish, but you still have a lot of families that are selfish with their time. They're selfish with their resources. They're selfish. And I know people have, done wrong, but that's not our point tonight. My point is to drive that you have blessings in your family. Whether you believe that or not, you have blessings in your family. You've seen your parents work hard. You've seen your family be able to come up another level in their finances, come up another level in education or school or trade. You've seen your family come up another level in their spiritual side, in their health and wellness. That is a blessing, because a lot of families deal with so much sickness and disease of the mind and the body and the spirit. But your family is doing well. So I'm going to say this. If you know right now and you are just thinking over your life and thinking over your family, and if your parents are still here, I want you to put in the comments, they're still here, or give an emoji, or give a smiley face, give a heart, because that, I'm telling you, that is a tremendous blessing. The blessing is you know who your parents are. You don't know how many times I've talked to people in general that don't even know their parents. They don't know their father, and they might know the mother, or they know the mother and don't know the father, or they don't know their parents at all. But let me say this, even if you don't know your parents and somebody took you in as their child, that is still a blessing. You want to know why? Because somebody opened their heart and their pocket and their home so that it can love on you. So even though you might not know mom, your biological mom or dad, you had a stepmother or stepfather, or you had a bonus. I don't really call myself a stepfather. I'm a bonus dad. That's who I am. And I've opened my heart up to my son. I've opened myself up to him because he's a special young man. And because he's a special young man, I know, and I tell him all the time, I said, for the rest of my life, you won't have to deal with me. He starts laughing. He said, I know, Dad, because I'm blessed. You are blessed because of the people that are in your family. If you believe this, if you agree with this, I want you to give me some hearts. I want you to give me some thumbs. I want you to give me some happy emojis, because you got to understand, and you got to let other people understand that even though you may not recognize that you have blessings, look just for a moment at your family line. Look at the happiness. Look at the endearment. Look at the growth. Look at the maturity. Look at the true happiness in marriage. The decrease of divorce in your home. That everybody's just doing their best. Not saying that nobody has any trouble. Not saying that nobody has any trouble, because that would be a lie. Because we live in this life that we just have issues, right? But there is pureness in their relationships. Look at your family. Look at your aunts. Look at your uncles. Look at your cousins. Look at your family line. And you got to say to yourself, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. My family is blessed. My family is blessed. You got to say that out of your own mouth and mean it. Your family is blessed. Your bloodline is blessed. There is no lack in your family. And again, with everything that's going wrong in this world, all these situations that we go through, all the ups and downs that we go through, we can absolutely say with certainty that your bloodline is blessed. Your generation is blessed. You're coming up against some hardships, but you guys are still blessed. Your family is still blessed because they're here. They're here. You have a, and I use this word a lot, but not loosely. You have a healthy communication with your family. You have a healthy communication, that consistency of love, that those present family members are there for one another. They're there for you. They're there for one another. Remember, blessings in your generation come from your bloodline, right? It's the transformative force that comes from healthy people that bring out healthy communications, that bring out healthy caring and compassion, real love, attention, strong family, victorious family. You got to believe for yourself that you see this for your family. No, see, again, we so much try to focus, we focus too much on our generational curses. We focus so much on our generational curses, but we need to focus on our generational blessings in our life. You got to speak over your family to see these things unfold. And the reason why I can speak on this so candidly is because I know for me, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have a wonderful wife. I'm blessed to have a wonderful son. And even though my father and my sister are gone, I was blessed to have them in my life. I had my father for 34 of the 38, almost 39 years of my life. I've had my sister for 47, well, not 47. She passed away at 47, but over 30 something years of my life. Almost 36, 37 years of my life. I was able to have her in my life. And I look at my aunts, I look at my uncles on both sides, my mother and my father, my grandparents. I remember still having that conversation with my father's mother because she was still alive years ago, and having those intimate moments, those hugs, those kisses. I'll never forget those. I can think about those interactions with my father's siblings. There are a lot of them are all already gone on to be with the Lord. But I said to myself, "Oh my God, I'm so rich in conversation. I'm so rich in memories. I'm so rich in my bloodline. My bloodline is not cursed. My bloodline is blessed." You see, you got to tell yourself your bloodline is not cursed. Your bloodline is blessed. Say it with me. Your bloodline is not cursed. Your generation is not cursed. And even if it was cursed, it's not cursed anymore. It's blessed. My father was able to give me a lot of wisdom while he was on this earth. He handed down wisdom. He showed me how to man a house. He showed me how not just to pay bills, but to take care of a family. Do you know a lot of men don't have that opportunity to do that or be able to get that information and have to figure it out on their own? Do you know how hard that can be? But when you have a father or a grandfather or uncle that is in your family that can download and do not just a spiritual download, but a practical download and how to take care of yourself and be a man that cares, that a man that's involved. It's wonderful when a young lady can glean from her aunts and her mother, her grandmother, and be the best woman that she can be. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Another example is because my father gave me all of these golden nuggets. I never met my grandparents. I never met. I met his mother, my father's mother, but I never met my father's father. But I used to hear so many stories of so many downloadable stories and ways of thinking and ways of doing things and ways of the family and how hardworking and how dedicated we are, how much we love each other. It is so very vital and important that you show love to one another. That's where the true blessing is. It's not just in money. It's not just in cars. It's not just in trips. It's in your communication. It is in your bloodline. It's in your family where the blessings lie when you spend time with one another. Just want that to sink in. It is so important to see this. Some people ask me, "Man, you almost 40." I'm like, "Yeah, I got a couple more years. I'm not rushing it." But they'll say, "Well, man, you don't look it." And I said, "Well, a lot of people say that. And why do people say that? Because I don't even look my age. I look younger. Why is that? That's a generational thing. Because it wasn't just because of them taking care of their skin. It's because of how they treated one another. It's because of how they treated one another. So that generational blessing of being having a full life and having a vibrant full life and treating each other well and treating other people well. Those are the things that can show the glow and the grace of God and being good to people and not just in a spiritual sense, but in a practical sense, doing well for the needy, taking your shirt off for somebody else. Those are generational blessings because that is something that somebody has already laid that foundation for, so that your blessings will come in anywhere, in any area, right? So it's very important that we see how it's wonderful to have generational blessings. It's so wonderful. I mean, emotionally, physically. I mean, you might say, well, physically, how? Being able to still be here, still be able to spend time with my mom and talk with her and laugh with her. I have my own family, but be able to still have her, that's a blessing. For you to be able to sit down and go to your grandparents' house and sit with them and talk with them and touch them and laugh with them and take selfies with them. Those things Everybody doesn't have. Hear me. Everybody doesn't have that. Now, some of you saying, well, man, that's good and Danny, but, I never had that opportunity. So I don't feel like I'm blessed, or things are going wrong. I know things are going wrong right now. I know things might not be the best, but you got to look at your life and see the blessed part. First of all, you were able to breathe air. That's a blessing. Your children are well. They're not sick. If you have your mother and your father still around, that's a blessing, right? You have a roof over your head. Those are blessings. You're educated. You have degrees or a degree. You have a full-time job. Those are blessings. You take care of your family. You're a great husband. You're a great wife. That's generational. Yes, it's a choice, a personal choice, but that comes down on how you interact with one another. So in my closing, I know that there are people that might feel like they don't have generational blessings because they've been dealing with generational curses all of their life. And it's just taking a toll. And it feel like it's taking you out. And you feel like, man, this is a great session to talk about on your podcast. But how is this going to help me? I'm going to say this to you. When you start looking at life, even though you're dealing with a lot of turmoil in your life, if you really start looking at some of the things that other people don't have, that get killed for to try to have in other countries, having these conversations and these moments and these memories that will last even if that person is no longer here, those are blessings. To be able to still be married to your wife for 20, 25, 30 years, or even 10 years, that's a blessing. Do you know that there's a generational curse in families that high divorce rate, or nobody gets married whatsoever? And to see that your parents, grandparents, great-grand was still married until the Lord took one of them or both of them, and you get to share in that lineage of good, healthy relationships with your children, that they're mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, those are blessings. And I'm just giving you some examples. But if you're struggling with this, let me help you. Let me help you in your family. Maybe you can't recognize or even pull out generational blessings, and you just see curses, you just see problems, you see all of these situations just coming upon you. Let me be a help to you. Let me be a help to you. I want to help you become the best version. I want to help your family become the best version that you guys need to be. So that being said, if this is you, if you're interested in coaching, family restoration coaching, and you just need help to look at your life and your family to come together, I want you to click the link in my bio right now, and I want you to sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. And I will do my very best to give you the information that you need so that your family can thrive and start to leave and deal with these generational curses and recognize that you have generational blessings. Listen, thank you so much for your time on tonight. It's been a pleasure. And again, I need you guys to do this. I need you to share this. And if you're just coming on now and you didn't get a chance to look at it, please put in the comments replay. Take time to listen to this and share this with someone. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. And as always, everybody,